Hey everyone, welcome back to Bravely Default. Last time, we landed on Grand Ship and found a man named Zatz, who is a corporal in the Shieldbearers army here on Eisenberg. We're taken over here, and he asked us to speak with the Shieldbearers commander, because even though he's never seen us in battle, he wants us to help him anyway, because he thinks we're good in battle at least. On the way to meet the commander, we ran into Idia's old master, her trainer, Kami Izumi. And basically he told her that he would kill her if she kept up this thing with the crystals. Disregarding that warning, we're gonna go see the commander anyway, and try to find a way into the Temple of Fire. But before we do that, of course, party chat. The Swordmaster's Sting. That Kami Izumi. We lost an entire squad to that Swordmaster alone. Thinking back on it, we probably only survived because he let us. He seems all calm and peaceful, but as soon as he draws that sword, he's a hurricane. Just talking about it is all the wounds he gave me throbbing. And that same Swordmaster and commander of the mercenary Black Blades is our Idia's teacher. I'm sorry. I guess that's another secret I kept from you, but I didn't want to believe the stories. If it is too painful for you, you are free to walk away, you know. No one is forcing you to join us on this journey. What? Agnes, you don't have to say it like that. I fear having the time to hesitate or the leisure to doubt. We must press forward. Idia's never done anything wrong, and Agnes has this massive distrust of her. Poor Idia. She really doesn't deserve it.
Welcome, Win Vestal. I see you have companions, too. Well met. I am Daniel Goodman, commander of the Shieldbearers. Dats has already filled me in. It seems we have you to thank for getting Zatz back to us. Much appreciated.
The thanks are mutual. They helped us out as well.
You did well to repel the Swordmaster for one of your age. I am suitably impressed. With you on our side, we may well turn the tide. It would certainly rally the troops.
We did not fight him off. Our opponent withdrew, and we have not come here to join your war. A Vestal such as I cannot take part in such conflict. Please do not misunderstand.
Oh, I see.
You could have been a bit less blunt, Agnes.
But
Well then, to what do we owe the honor of your presence?
My task here is to awaken the fire crystal. Once that is done, I intend to leave this realm immediately.
Oh, so you have come to quell the seething magma in place of the late fire Vestal.
Exactly. That is why we need your help. Do you know of a way into the temple?
We are doing all we can to find one, but we have not found a way through the lava yet.
I see.
I am sorry we could not be of more help. We will, of course, do all we can to aid you. A way in shall be found.
You would do that? Even though we cannot fight in your war?
Of course. The Shieldbearers welcome the Vestal and her companions. Feel free to rest your travel-weary bones in town. Dats, show them the way.
Forgive us for not being able to lend a hand.
Not at all. Leave the fighting to us soldiers. It is our job, after all.
I don't like the way he said bones. He put a lot of emphasis. Oh my god, another party chat. Symbol of the Shieldbearers. Commander Goodman really lives up to his name, huh? Down to earth and understanding. Right? Everybody here loves him. Soldiers and townfolk alike. Respect him, too. He's the reason the Shieldbearers have been held together this long. He's the glue. And he practices what he preaches. He's a paragon of self-defense. Never fight to take anything from anybody else. Ever. So, Tiz, mind if I ask what's got the Vestal and Idia all in a bunch? Yeah. It's kind of... Girls are complicated things, and it's a foolish man who asks too many questions. Yeah? That certainly sounds complicated. Actually, a good cover by Ringabel to not bring up that we're kind of carrying the Grand Marshal's daughter with us. Lady Vestal, we need your aid. Please, please help us. You know, we're gonna have to deal with the Black Blades anyway, I'm sure. Is it not? Like, should we not just join? You know what, whatever. The Lady Vestal and her companions are ever welcome here. Rest and consider yourselves at home. He is a nice guy to just help us out, even though we can't help him, though. We get more AI friends. Great. You have anything new I want? Potions, high potions. Dragon Fangs are real. I'm gonna buy some of these. Oh my god, never mind. That's 20,000 peak. I didn't even think about it. I'm not buying them, actually. I don't think I want to sell anything. Do you have any equipment I can buy? That's not... Actually, I should wait. I should wait for equipment. Anyway. We are... Okay, we're done here. I should mention that if you do try to dock in the northern part of Eisen when you first reach the region, you are bombarded with bombs and you can't actually land there. I believe you can dock here, though. Maybe. Maybe that tells you not to. I don't remember exactly. Okay, well, finally we get into a battle. It's been a while since we fought anything. We went a whole episode without doing it. This is a... What is this? This is a soil eater. Okay. They are basically the same thing as those other, I think, sandworm enemies that we fought back in... what's the region? Anshine. Except they have Earthquake, which is an earth attack, obviously, that damages all party members. The only other thing about it is it drops high potions, which is cool. So it's definitely worth fighting them. I'm just going to use... What does Judgment do? That's good. We'll do that. Instead of 4 attacks, this would do 6 times damage instead of overall 4. I believe it is weak to water. Do we have a bug sling? We do. They are bug enemies, so we'll just go and use that. Actually, I guess the damage values wouldn't really... What do you mean you don't have enough BP? It's 2, whatever. Maybe I wasn't thinking about it enough to realize that wasn't gonna work. I don't know. There's Earthquake. Doesn't deal that much damage, surprisingly. We don't have anything for Earth resistance, so that's surprising it didn't deal more damage, but whatever, I'm not complaining. Building up to his especially, unfortunately, Honest's is not, but doesn't matter, because it's dead anyway. We're reaching the end soon later, so it doesn't really matter that it didn't build up her special. Unfortunately, we don't really have a way to get to Grand Ship easily, just as before. Well, not Grand Ship, the Echelon easily, just as before.
Welcome to Hartschild, bastion of the Shieldbearers. Make yourselves at home.
Whoa, the heat is incredible. Is this town in danger of being swallowed by the lava, too?
If it gets any worse, we may have to think about evacuating. Ever since the Fire Vestal passed into the light, Mount Karka has been raging without cease.
The women of this town must be made of strong stuff to put up with this. I could see myself falling for a strong woman. You might even say I favor them. This is the place I have been seeking.
Here we go again.
You're a funny fellow, Ring-a-Bell. I'm going on ahead to the commander's residence. Once you've seen the town, you should come and join us. It's that building you can see in the middle of town. Catch you later, then.
Ring-a-Bell, you know as well as I do that the women you prefer is just whatever women are in the area. Jesus Christ, another party chat. Tragedy. This town is awash with sadness. I never truly knew the depths of war's tragedy. It creates nothing, brings happiness to no man. Why do you persist in this madness? Because both sides have beliefs they can't let go, I suppose. Something so precious that it warrants the deaths of countless innocent people? The world is faced with a crisis dire as it is. Humans fight to secure peace as they envision it. The trouble is, everyone's vision is different. I fear I cannot understand it. However lofty the ideals of Sword and Shield, the fact remains that they are engaged in murder. Wherever people gather, emotions run high, and justice and truth are subjective. Where the majority has reached consensus, it is difficult for any one person to resist. Even so, I don't want to be the sort of person who just accepts all that is given. Me neither. At the very least, I swear I will take no women for granted. I'll give my all, always. And there's the sad, strange ring a bell we know and love again. Is it really that different though than the fight against the fight we have against the Duchy? Like they believe that the crystals should be used for mankind's gain and not for worship. We believe the opposite. I mean, granted, they're still doing like, terrible acts in the meantime, but still. I pray to the fire crystal every day, but still, why would this war end? If we're running into the fire temple so bad, why don't we just build a lava dam? Wouldn't that work? Monster's son. We'll work on finding him later. Swordbirds call its terrible weapons of mass slaughter, or created terrible weapons of mass slaughter. The chemical they call the toxic mist. I spend each day terrified of the air I breathe. I can't imagine fighting. My son was drafted and went off to war, you see. I got word of his death not long after. Aw. New magic here, we have Reflect, which is kind of helpful. Dispel. And Aurora. Dispel is particularly useful. It removes buffs on enemies. And I think it can be used to remove like status ailments, but it's not really that great. And that just that's a higher wind magic. We have Gravity. Scroll that deals half of max HP. Okay, now we know. Half of max HP is damage. Cool. Scroll that raises evasion. That's helpful. Scroll the lowest party speed. That's helpful. So cool. Now we have even higher black and white magic. And time magic. Let's see. For weapons, we have Defender that raises physical defense. That's... do I want to get that? I'm trying to think. I'll hold off on it. I might want to get it anyway, just so we have it, though. Halberd. That's just a good spear. We'll definitely be buying that. Lord's Shield. That's just good. We'll be buying 3 of those. Orichalcum Helm. Not that much of a rise in defense and massive decrease in... Not that massive, but pretty significant decrease in physical attack. This would be good for Agnes and Tiz. Lowers physical defense slightly and physical attack slightly, but doesn't really matter. I'll buy those for Tiz and Agnes, as I said. Raises evasion. Nah, we'll skip out on that. Orichalcum Mail. Good for Ring of Bell, at least. And White Robe raises mind. Good. Well, is that good for... I guess that's good for Adia, too. Sure, get that. Though I might want to buy... I'll hold off on buying one more of those. And we have a bunch of these elemental charms. If you ever need these, go to Ansheim. They're right here. In fact, do I want to buy one of these? I don't think I do, actually. I don't think I really need them. So we'll hold off. Otherwise, I think I'll buy this Defender for late. Well... Nah, hold off on it. I don't think I really need it coming up. So you, I'm equipping that, and the White Robe. Same thing with you, or is it the Holy Matter? Yes, okay. And White Robe. You get... We didn't get you new helm, did we? We did not. However, you do have new armor with the Orichalcum Mail, and you are, what are you switching over? Are you getting the White Robe? You're getting the White Robe, and that's it. I believe. Yes, okay. I don't know what we have coming up to fight, so... we can sell the Sleep Blade, yeah. The Halberd we can sell. The Rod of Fire... we'll sell it. I mean, yeah, it does raise fire attacks, but honestly... Oh, wait, raises shields to equip. It does raise magic attack for fire attacks, but honestly, the overall magic attack increase from the Rod of Ice is probably more worth it than, you know, a slight increase in specifically fire magic, so we won't be worrying about that. The red caps we can sell, the floral robes we can sell, and the Mirage vests, and I don't know any of these we can sell. We can sell the insect antennas. I'm honestly not really getting bothered with these for a while. I don't think I really want to sell. We haven't been focusing on those. Some of these, I want to keep these actually, because those are helpful for later. We'll sell the teleport zones because again, I never really use them. Plus we have teleported as a time mage. Anyway, alright, cool. And there's also an item shop that I don't believe has anything new, but there is something new in Nuende. Gift from the trader. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't believe the item shop has anything new. Let's see. Yeah, no high ethers, turbo ethers or anything, so we can just go on into the commander's residence, which apparently everyone knows who we are and we're just allowed right in.
Ah, you've arrived. We've been waiting for you. Allow me to introduce you. This is the commander's wife, Eleanor.
Welcome to our humble abode, Windvestal. We are honored to receive you and your companions.
Such beauty! Commander Goodman is a very lucky man. Very lucky indeed.
You are kind to flatter me so. Thank you.
It is no mere flattery. I speak from the heart.
Shut your trap, Ring-a-Bell.
My husband has told me to receive you and your companions as guest of state, Vestal. Please make yourselves at home. Unfortunately, in a time of war, the hospitality I can provide is limited.
Oh, there's no need to go to any trouble for us.
I'll prepare some dinner now. It should be ready in a little while.
She seems nice.
The commander is so busy with the war effort, he rarely has time to come home to his lovely wife. I sure hope this war is over soon.
What if you surrendered? That would put an end to the fighting, at least.
Surrender is not an option. Please consider your words before you speak, Vestal. Even if we did surrender, and this war ended with the Swordbearers victorious, they would only seek to invade other realms to gain more territory. In other words, others would face the terrors of war next. That is why we must fight.
You are right.
Thank you all for your patience. Dinner is served. The dining hall is this way.
Ah,
Ring-a-Bell? Where are you off to? Off he goes.
No doubt he spotted another pretty girl. He'll be back before too long.
This is most regrettable. Most regrettable indeed. The wind vestal was as good as ours.
Are you well enough to be here, Victoria?
I am stronger than I appear. Much stronger than you, in fact. Is that not right, Victor?
Just so, Victoria. Alternus pales in comparison to you. Of this, there is no doubt.
See, you have no place being concerned for my well-being, Alternus.
Moving on. We have word from the Black Blades regarding the whereabouts of the Wind Vestal, Lord Marshal. The Wind Vestal has traveled to Eisenberg. She is likely seeking out the Fire Crystal.
So, she aims to awaken all the crystals.
We should have had the fire crystal in our possession already. However, the Black Blades slaughtered the fire vestal, and since then appear to have done nothing but twiddle their thumbs.
If we captured the Temple of Fire without first crushing the Shieldbearers, the battle would shift to the temple. The crystal could be destroyed in the process. That is no doubt what Kami Izumi aims to avoid. Our goal is to wield ultimate control over the crystals. Therefore, the Shieldbearers must first be purged.
I hear that you and the Swordmaster are old friends, your lordship. This must be why you place such faith in him.
Oh, that is the first I've heard of this.
I trust him more than any other man. And the Black Blades that he commands are the elite of the elite. The Vestal will never defeat them. They will see their mission through to the end.
Are you sure you do not overestimate them? I could raise that whole realm to the ground in 3 days.
Do not get carried away, Victoria. You have already faced defeat at the hands of the Wind Vestal once.
How dare you! I'll not stand to be insulted by the likes of you, Alternus.
I merely speak fact. Unlike you, the Swordmaster can do more than simply destroy.
Did you hear that, Victor? What a loathsome man.
Just so. Please, refrain from using such language against Victoria, Alternus.
What?
If you do not, you risk coming to harm. Ah, see?
You cast your magic on me?
Are you all right, Alternus? I am afraid it seems my warning came a bit too late.
Relax. I can do more than simply destroy. See? You'll survive. But know this. My spells can scatter your body to the four winds at a moment's notice.
Just you try it. Care to see which is faster? Your magic, or the time it takes me to skewer you on my sword?
Alternus! Surely you would not turn your blade on Victoria? If you did, I would be forced to act. And there is no surer way of finding death than that!
Cease this! The both of you! This is the Council of Six. We meet for earnest deliberation. I will not tolerate further bickering.
Sir!
Understood.
We will leave the matter of the Wind Vestal to Commander Kamiizumi. If anyone objects, speak now. Nobody? Then it is settled. We are done for today. Alternus, get your wounds tended to.
Oh, ow, 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 ow. Where were you off to at this hour, ring a bell?
I saw the most exquisite girl and followed her out of town. She was a fine specimen indeed.
You're incorrigible, ring a bell. So, what's all the moaning about? Did you hurt yourself?
Yes, I was on the receiving end of a rather sharp whack. It seems my advances were unwanted.
Oh, makes sense.
Morning! Oh, when did you get back, Ring a Bell?
Before dawn. Ow, ow!
This is hardly the time to go wandering off, you know.
Well, what's our next move? We're at a loose end until we find a way into the Temple of Fire.
I'll try to find my own way in.
Right! I think it's best if we split up to cover more ground. Time is of the essence after all.
We Shieldbearers haven't just been loafing around here. We've already tried everything we can think of. We looked into landing from the sea, and we even tried cooling the lava. None of our attempts were successful. If we had an airship, we could sail in no problem, of course.
Perhaps we could go and awaken the Earth Crystal first. I don't think we'd make it into Eternia, where the Earth Crystal lies. It's surrounded by craggy peaks, so there's no way in on foot. When I was sent to Kaldisla, I boarded a high-powered airship owned by the Duchy. Even if we repaired the echelon, I don't think it could make the trip.
We're stuck, then.
Are you telling the whole truth, Adia? You're not hiding anything from us again?
No need to be rude, Agnes. Instead of just standing around, why don't we lend a hand to the Shieldbearers?
You mean that? We could certainly use the help, but are you sure?
No, we are not. So you want to go to war now, Tiz?
No, I want to help them end this war as soon as possible.
It sounds like more meddling in the business of strangers to me.
And why not? We have no other way forward. And yet, before us stand a multitude who need our help. We cannot turn a blind eye to them.
I agree with Tiz. Sign me up.
Really? It would mean going up against your master, leader of the Black Blade mercenaries.
It is clear from what I have heard that the Shieldbearers are the white, and the Swordbearers are the black in this case.
Black and white? What do you mean?
It is just how I see things. Black and white, good and evil.
Oh, so you see us as the good guys. Can't argue with that.
I'm with you too, Tiz. These damsels in distress must be rescued from the ravages of war.
Trust you to make it about that.
Tiz!
I hope you'll join us too, Agnes. I promise we won't get too mixed up in this conflict. We're more likely to find a lead by traveling around than simply waiting here, anyway. Come with us.
Great. Let's go talk to the commander then.
You might have noticed that Chapter 3 starts off with a lot of goddamn party chats. Eleanor's home cooking. So what did you think of Eleanor's cooking? Pretty great, right? Absolutely. The sausage was tender and juicy. Ring a bell, you weren't there! What? The potatoes au gratin were like a gooey dream. It was all delicious. Sounds like she rolled out all the classics. There are wartime staples. You eat them a lot? As you can see, this isn't the most fertile patch of land. Potatoes are all that'll grow, and meat shortages mean we're always padding out the sausages with something. All the more impressive, then, that such a feast came from meager supplies. No doubt it was her love for me that gave it such a flavor. Yeah, I'll bet. I'm sure poor Eleanor's got plenty of love stocked up by now, with her husband away. But the commander stuck out on the front lines. Barely gets home these days. I just feel awful for her, stuck in that big house all alone. Well, I hope we can pitch in to help her out somehow. I'm glad they brought Agnes in for that. Keeping up with Ringabel. Adia, can you guess who I was just with? Curious? It's quite the surprise. Fine, fine. Tell me about this woman you met. I'll put up with you for a while. So, last night I chanced across a most unusual lady. She was crawling along the walls and ceilings. What? What kind of girl was that? I couldn't say. An acrobat or some such as expect. A spider. It was a spider woman. An acrobat. I suppose she could have been practicing. What kind of acrobat crawls on the sea? You know what? Sure. Acrobat. Ah, or perhaps she was on patrol. Noble girl, keeping home safe. You make it sound like a guard dog, gecko thing. And wait, why were you in her house? Ah, ow. Just remember the feel of her elbow strike has me all aflutter. I can't keep up. While we're here, though, I want to talk about... Actually, no, I was talking about Chapter 3, and I got interrupted by 2 party chats. You might notice that Chapter 3 starts off kind of slow. A lot of cutscenes and a lot of exposition from just talking to characters.
Can't sleep, huh?
Oh, it's just... I've had a few restless nights lately.
For a while, no?
Huh?
Ever since we've been traveling together, you've been like this. You haven't slept well in a while, have you?
You noticed?
Any idea why? There must be a reason for it.
There is, actually.
Just can't stop getting interrupted. The game, Chapter 3 starts off with a lot of cutscenes, which is part of why Chapter 3 is actually my least favorite chapter in the game overall. It's not a bad one, but it's definitely not my favorite. The first hour and a half or so, maybe a bit less, is kind of just exploration and talking to people, and there's very minimal fights besides, of course, your random encounters. Whereas Chapter 1, Chapter 2, the prologue, they all got you into fights fairly quickly, or at least started with a dungeon to go through, like the Miasma Woods.
You will truly aid us. My eternal thanks. This should raise the troops' spirits.
Only until a way into the Temple of Fire is found.
I understand. Thank you for giving thought to our plight, Wind Vestal.
I'll head back to the old house to check on Zats.
Roger, Dats. Take good care of the lad. I hope you both recover from your wounds soon.
It'd be nice if you had time to go home to your wife sometime, Commander. Be seeing you, Tiz.
Is there something we can help you with, Commander Goodman?
The Swordbearers have a strong hold called Grapp Keep. Could you go and scout it out?
What do you expect us to find there?
4 years ago, a terrifying weapon known as Toxic Mist was unleashed in the East City near the Keep. 100,000 Shieldbearers garrisoned there perished in this fiendish smoke, and the East City became a mass grave. We still have not identified the nature of this toxic mist. If we can pin down what it is made from, we may be able to neutralize it and create a cure.
Grapp Keep. Got it. We'll be on our way then.
Grapp Keep is to the northeast of here. I'll notify the guards to let you through.
Right, well, we're finally heading off to a dungeon. I think Chapter 3 would have been better if it started with a dungeon, maybe a Swordbearer dungeon or something you had to go through in order to even reach the coast or something. It'd be cool to have, instead of maybe the house by the sea, have party chats with Dats and Zats that overall, like throughout the dungeon and while you're sailing, explain everything about the war. It would have been basically the same thing. And then instead of the house by the sea, of course, have a dungeon that is a Swordbearer base or something. I don't know. I feel like there's probably a better way to start this chapter than sailing to the house by the sea and having to talk to a bunch of people for like an hour. It gets kind of tiring, and especially when the only enemies you have are random encounters that you may or may not run into. Actually, I definitely want to be in here. It's just kind of weird because every other chapter started off so strong and got you into the thick of things pretty quickly, well, relatively especially. But this one starts off slow. Of course, in Chapter 1, you can always just go and do, Well, in Chapter 1, you don't actually have to do any, like, dungeons. I'm talking optional stuff, like an optional dungeon or something. Maybe even something for Kamizumi. I don't know. I just feel like there was a faster way to start this dungeon, or this chapter, instead of what it was. But still, we're getting into the thick of it, and this is where it gets better, so sorry about there being basically just 2 parts of talking to people and like 1 fight. I think the only enemy you fought in this whole thing, in these last 2 parts, was a Soil Eater, and that's been it. Jesus Christ, we had a lot of party chats though. Sure did that. Anyway, next time, well, we can and realistically probably should go to Grapp Keep. We're actually not going to quite be doing that yet. We have a side quest to take care of that is accessed by going to the house by the sea, so next time we're going to be taking care of that. So, I'll see you guys then. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of the other series I've done. You can also consider subscribing, checking out my Patreon page, or joining my Discord server. There are links in the description to those, as well as other social media links like Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.